What's up, guys? Meatball Mike here, and today is another episode of All the Sauce. I haven't done one of these in a while because I don't really want to be that guy who just goes on the internet and fucking bitches like crazy. But there are some topics that just have to be fucking talked about out loud, and that I want to talk about out loud. I mean, I got Zack with me today, so he's going to be
Oh,
bouncing ideas back and forth for this. But today we're really going to be talking about mainly like things when it comes to like the gaming industry as a whole right now. The gaming industry, maybe touch a little bit on just like Twitch. Like Twitch is a fucking cesspool right now, and I just cannot stand it. It's wild. But like mainly we're talking about just like the gaming industry as a whole. Like I know we were just talking about just people will literally complain about paying $60 to get guaranteed like 3 map packs or something, but they'll fucking buy every battle pass from a free game and spend like hundreds of dollars on a game over its lifetime and not give a fuck. But it was like we were talking about fucking premium for Battlefield. Like I remember there was a bunch of people who complained about Battlefield 4 premium. Like I never understood that because it was like, okay, you spend $60 now and then you get three. I think it was like three DLCs, so that's $20 a DLC, which seemed very normal. I don't even remember how many maps we got for each DLC, but it was a decent amount, and we were guaranteed a bunch of new vehicles, new challenges. Like that game did not feel fucking stale because of that. Like I liked how that was done. And I thought that also made more incentive for like the game to survive at that point because you were waiting for your new shit. When it
well,
came
I
to
feel
like
like
what?
oh, I just feel like a lot of developers anymore are just rushing shit out anymore. Like
Absolutely.
they're not taking their time and making things look cool or look good. They just want money. That's all they want.
Yeah, there's just so much like rushing. That is the one of the biggest fucking sins in the gaming industry right now is rushing shit out to meet deadlines. I can't fucking stand that. Like, dude, I will fucking die on this hill over this fucking game. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Anthem was a fantastic fucking game that was killed because it was rushed out. That game had a terrible launch, and fucking EA did not want to give fucking who I don't even, was it Respawn who made the game, I forget, whoever it was, they didn't give them the green light to revamp the game and fix it because it came out, it didn't have a lot of content, but like the fucking core gameplay of that game, I fucking challenge anyone to find a game that did like power armor better than Anthem. That shit was so hot. It had everything you wanted from a fucking mech game. Like not a mech game, a power armor game because it's different. But fuck, it was so good. Like the flying was the closest. You felt like fucking a badass Iron Man fucking clone, dude.
It was BioWare who developed the
It was
game.
BioWare. You're right. Yeah, that game was such a kick-ass
It
game.
was. And I don't understand what is I understand the deadline thing, but why would you put all this money into a video game that is a great idea, rush it out, and it just dies in the first, what, 3 months? You only get
Because
3 months when you could have had years?
they want to show their fucking shareholders that look, we've got something that's coming out now. It's gonna make a bunch of money from pre-orders and shit, and then you guys are gonna get more money. Da 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 da. Instead of like, guys, you just need to wait like another 4 months. I know you don't want to wait to see that, but if you let us fix these issues, the game will come out better, and then it'll actually fucking make more money because it'll survive longer. Like I don't fucking get why people like ignore that. People ignore that shit. Like look what happened to fucking, this is the best fucking example ever. Cyberpunk. That game had like the worst launch and everyone shit on it. But the developers worked on that game. They fixed it. And now it is one of the best fucking games on Steam. I think it's like rated fucking overwhelmingly positive. Like the game
The
kicks ass now.
the thing that's annoying me now looking back about I never really pay attention about the developers and shit most of the time, but BioWare has literally made all of the Mass Effects. They have that as their backup
Yeah.
because I'm thinking of GTA, how GTA everyone's hyped about six, even
Yeah.
people's grandmothers and cats and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but they're telling everyone, no, you're gonna fucking wait because it's gonna be great. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take our time, and it's gonna be the best game that we can make it. They have the past GTA's on their side showing, oh, they can make good games. Mass Effect isn't Mass Effect one of the biggest game like campaign games?
Mass Effect was like a huge game. Like the trilogy of Mass Effect was like big. I will admit, I only played Andromeda, and everyone said that one sucked. I enjoyed Andromeda, but I didn't. Also, Mass Effect was kind of before my time. Like I didn't really like. I was really young at the time when like the first Mass Effect came out, and I wasn't. We didn't have like that money to like buy video games like that all the time. Plus, I just also wasn't that deep in it yet. I that was the point where I still went outside and saw the sun. Like I
But they just didn't tell them, like, no, guys, just wait. Please be patient. Trust me, it'll be worth the wait. They just gave in, and they just there you go. Here's the game. It's dead in 3 months.
Yeah,
Damn, that
well,
sucks.
the EA is notorious for doing shit like that. Like EA is the worst.
Didn't they
EA is
kill?
so crazy for that.
Didn't EA kill Mercenaries?
Yeah, EA killed fucking because they were gonna make a and fucking if whoever is fucking listening to this, if you never played the Mercenaries, like Mercenaries 2, it's one of the best games ever. Like one of my favorite games in the world. Mercenaries 2, World in Flames. Look it up. It's probably like fucking $5 by now, like off of like a key or something on some website. But that game is so fucking cool. That was like a mercenary game. You could fucking get all these fucking weapons and helicopters and tanks. And as a kid who was super interested in military shit, that is the fucking game, dude. Because that was awesome for its time. Like, you could call in a fucking Hind and shit and, like, call in airstrikes. Like, as a kid who likes seeing shit blow up, that was it. Because, like, everyone loved playing Call of Duty and shit, and you gotta work your ass off to get a kill streak, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, being able to just call in, no, I want a helicopter now. I'm gonna call that bitch in. I'm gonna fucking level this entire city just to kill this one guy. Like, that was fucking awesome. And
And it is.
Sorry, hang on. Pandemic was the studio that did it, and it was part of EA. EA fucking just killed the studio. I forget what the reason was or why it was, but I know fucking EA just basically like dissolved Pandemic for some reason.
It is an older game. It came out August 31st in 2008, but it's worth it. But surprisingly, it only has a 3.9 out of 10 review on IGN.
Well, that's IGN. Do you know IGN just rated like the newest episode of Invincible like a 4? I'm dead
Oh.
serious. They rated it 4. IGN. This is another thing I hate. Is these fucking so-called gamer journalists. How many fucking times have you seen like a gamer journalist review where the dude can't get past like level 1 of the game? These people don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't
Okay,
know
well maybe don't
who
take
the
the rating.
fuck listens to these people. Yeah, I like when they're like, "Oh, it's 10 out of 10 IGN." Who the fuck gives a shit about their fucking opinion? This fucking asshole couldn't beat level 1 of fucking Super Mario Brothers. Why the fuck would I give a shit about his like rating on these games? And that's like every game when you see a fucking ad for it. It's like, "Oh, all these studios 10 out of 10, 5.9. It's crazy." Would they fucking pay for that? Like these motherfuckers don't even know what they're looking at half the time. That's the thing. I think like legitimately, if you should like only ever fucking care about a rating for a game, if it's like people who are a bunch of people who are big in the gaming community are all like, yeah, this game fucking kicks ass. But like that's also the thing is like you have games that just like will pay people for their fucking for their opinion on shit. So you just it's hard to trust if someone's like actually saying like, yeah, this game's good because it's good, or if they're saying, yeah, it's good because they gave me a shitload of money. It's just like, oof.
That's why I always look for on Steam the play hours. I always make sure they have a lot of at least a decent enough time of play hour for a game I'm looking at
Yeah,
for me to even consider their feedback.
yeah, it's
But
just,
mostly when you're if you're getting a game and you don't know about it, just trust yourself. Just go for it for yourself. Try it, and if you hate it, well, you learn something. If you
well,
love it,
that's why
there you go.
Steam is the shit though. That's why Steam is awesome because Steam is the like the only place where there's just straight up reviews for it right there that you can actually look and read people's comments on the review so you can know why the game is shit or why it's good. and you can tell all this information. Like, that's why I love Steam. It's so transparent on things. Like, oh yeah, this person, guess what? They got the game for free. It literally will tell you if the person who's reviewing it got it for free or not. Like, that's awesome. That's the shit I want to know. Like, oh, this guy was given the game for free. He's paid 3 hours of it, and he says it's the best game in the world. I don't really trust your opinion, because it just seems to me like you're just saying that because you were given the game free and maybe you were paid for your thing. But if you're like, I have 150 hours and this, you rate the game good, and you're like, this game stole my soul. It's like, all right, maybe this game's fucking crazy good. But like, it's just, there's so, what?
Yeah, the I'm so happy that they're bringing like PlayStation games over, because I love PlayStation games
Yeah,
for the fact that they make, no matter what you want to say about PlayStation, PlayStation makes some banger story games.
yeah.
Like
Sony kicks ass at that.
they brung both of the God of Wars over, I believe.
Yeah, the second one's on there.
They brung the Spider-Man
Well, I'm
to
glad they
Steam, which is awesome.
I'm glad they backed off on that shit with the fucking, oh, you need a PlayStation account to play God of War 2. That shit literally was why I didn't buy the game when it came out
See,
on Steam, because I was like, fuck you, I'm not getting a
I
PlayStation account for that. It's
I
stupid.
understand if you don't have an account and that would piss you off, because that never pissed me off because I have a PSN account. But forcing people to have a PlayStation account is kind of dumb, especially when you're not on PlayStation, you're on Steam. No
Yeah.
other company does that. Well, I think maybe two. I think there's two companies. I've played their games and they
I
were
think
like,
some Epic games do that shit.
yeah, they want you to sign into your Epic account or make an Epic account.
Yeah, I always hate when there's like the third party things you gotta log into to play certain games.
It's like, I thought
Like
that was the
EA,
point of
EA
Steam.
does that shit too. EA does that shit too. As someone who's literally just re-downloading Battlefield right now, fucking the second you open it, it's gonna open up the EA launcher, which is like fucking annoying. I think I still have my original Origin app on this fucking computer that I just never deleted when they changed over.
I will say though, downloading EA games. Is it EA games? Believe it is. You made. Yeah, I think it is. No, it's Ubisoft. Ubisoft. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ubisoft's fucking nightmare.
Downloading Ubisoft games is probably the worst
Yeah.
experience I think I've ever had, because my computer has to go through like 10 checklists of like,
Yes.
Ubisoft wants to use this, yes or no? Yes. Oh, cool, I can play the game. Ubisoft wants to use this, yes or no? Yes.
Every time, dude, the
All the
same
time.
thing. What the fuck? Why do you need access to everything on my computer, dude?
And
And
then
then there was.
also,
Oh, go ahead.
on the other hand, Ubisoft's, from my experience personally, Ubisoft's support team is kind of dog trash.
Yeah,
That's my opinion. Steam's great. Steam does
I've heard a
everything quick.
couple other people say the same thing. I've never had to use Steam support for anything, but I've heard multiple people tell me like, yeah, Ubisoft is like dog water when it comes to support. Plus, there was that fucking bullshit they tried to play a little while back, where they were gonna be like, oh, if you don't play this game after a certain amount of time, we're just gonna delete your account. We're gonna delete all the games and shit you bought or
Oh,
something. Like,
that's
yeah,
fair.
they tried to do this thing where like if you don't touch your fucking profile after like 9 months or something like that, they're just gonna delete all of it to save memory or something like
That's
that.
so
And it was
fucked.
like, dude, fuck you. That I will literally never buy another
For
Ubisoft game.
for memory, they're Ubisoft. They're one of the biggest game companies in the world,
And
and they need
I'm gonna
more
say
memory
this
space.
now. I could be totally wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain that's what it was for. It was something along those lines. But like, it was just like, it just, there's so many things going around in the game community when it comes to like the people who play games and the people who make games. There's a lot of fucking shit right now that fucking scares me. Like, I also think people need to start migrating to more fucking indie games. Like, there's a lot of fucking indie games right now that are crazy good that are not made by AAA studios.
Yeah,
Tri-
let the smaller guys have their chance in the spotlight.
yeah, fucking AAA studios have fucking shit to bed 1,000 times, and people keep buying their shit simply for. It's like fucking iPhone. It's like, oh, why'd you buy that phone? Oh, because Apple made it. Because I love iPhone. Well, why do you love iPhone? It's an iPhone. Why wouldn't you love it? Well, what specifically you like about it? Well, I love that it's an iPhone. Well, like, I've met so many people that have iPhones, And I've literally said like they're just over fucking priced pieces of plastic. Like I've had like a Samsung Galaxy forever, and like I don't understand what the fuck is different. Like I think there's like 2 features that my phone doesn't have that yours does that would literally never affect me in real life. And that's the same thing with like fucking video games. Like people just buy these fucking games because it's like, oh, fucking Ubisoft made it. I love Ubisoft games. Or oh, fucking Infinity Ward made it, and I love Call of Duty. But then it's a dog water fucking game, and it's like,
Don't get into Call of Duty.
yeah, dude, Call of Duty is the fucking biggest sinner right now with that shit. I cannot fucking believe we have such a large community of people who will literally throw hundreds of dollars at fucking Call of Duty right now after they just shit the bed day in and out. I like
Also throw money just so you can see Nicki Minaj's ass in Plunder or Warzone.
Yeah, dude.
Or in multiplayer.
And this comes from someone who like started doing fucking shit like TikTok and shit was exclusively like when we played Plunder on Modern Warfare, the reboot of Modern Warfare. Like that was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed it. That was fresh. When they reboot that shit and it was grittier, I liked that. They then fucking just had to twist that shit into fucking dog water. Like I just
Plunder. How many hours would you say we had on 2019?
Hundreds.
We would play that shit every day. Like we were the ones that didn't touch grass.
Yeah.
We were those guys.
But it was
only on Plunder.
Yeah, on Plunder, because I don't like battle royales. I literally remember how many comments I got from people on TikTok.
I was thinking
one
about
another
this.
Who would fucking say like, "Oh, dude, that'd be impressive if it wasn't Plunder." Shut the fuck up. Go kiss your mother goodnight and get fucking milk and cookies. Like, eat a dick. Like, I like to play Plunder because I don't want to sweat my dick off to get a gun and then get fried by fucking Blitzmaster 37 who does 3 stims in a row, does a spin around me, and then fucking executes me because I don't have my sensitivity at 10 trillion. Like, then I'm out of the game completely. I gotta restart the whole game.
And there might be people who comment on what you just said and just say it's skill issue.
Yeah.
But it's like not what we enjoy.
Yeah,
we enjoy chill. Like Plunder is like in a way like Battlefield. We played a lot of Battlefield when we were younger, and that's kind of where we came from like Battlefield, Halo, the good Call of Duties. That's just too much. It's too sweaty. It ruins the gaming experience.
I love that you said that too, because that's another thing I was thinking about the other fucking day. It's like I cannot stand when people say, "Oh, skill issue." It's not skill issue. I don't want to fucking try hard. That's not why I'm playing video games. I tried hard at work today, motherfuckers. I want to just play the game and chill. Does everyone forget that shit? I don't want to try hard.
I'm not in the mood to put 2 weeks straight gaming time just to be on your level, dog. It's not that serious.
I cannot stand that fucking argument when people are like, "Oh, you just got a skill issue." Okay, yeah, cool. I don't play the game for 700 hours in the first week it's out. Sorry, I have a job. And then when I come home, sometimes I want to watch TV or relax or something. And then when the boys are on, hey, let's all jump onto this for like a half hour. But then you got this fucking 75 kitty cat on Twitch TV who's played for 74 fucking hours in the last fucking 3 fucking days straight, is cracked the fuck out on like fucking Galaxy Gas and White Monster, just doing fucking white rails around us and just smashing us to bits with his fucking super dual-wield fucking SMG class that I can't even handle, and then he's got, like, a fucking teabag super skin he's gonna fucking use on me. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? I can't even have fun playing the game anymore because you ruin it.
I think that's why they gotta put... I don't know what they could do to stop that, though. I don't think there is anything they can do to stop that, but, like, the people, in my opinion, that play these games for weeks straight are ruining it for other people, and it's making games lose.
I think I know what they can do about it. I think it comes down to skill-based matchmaking being tweaked to be more effective in it. I fucking can't stand that either. I know I'm going to go into a rant here. When I have to hear fucking, like, any of these Call of Duty streamers, like fucking Tim the Tatman or fucking Dr. Disrespect complain about the skill-based matchmaking is the worst thing ever. Why? Because because you gotta fight sweaties. Because you're also a sweaty. You're a streamer. It's what you do. You literally try as hard as you can to do good in a video game. You motherfuckers have like hundreds of wins, but then you get mad when someone who's like on your level crushes you. What? Is it only fun to play the game when you're smashing little kids or fucking people who only want to play for 30 minutes?
Or
Skill
just got the
makes
game.
matchmaking. I know this is going to be a fucking opinion that's going to get 1,000 guns pointed at me. Skill-based matchmaking is a fucking good thing if it's done right. So you don't have to fight mega sweats all day long.
It should be a ranking system. The game has a rank system, but it doesn't matter. It should just be, oh, I just started playing this game. I want to play with people who just started playing the game, not like Billy down the street who has 30 hours on this game already. It just came out fucking Tuesday, and he's smashing everyone in the lobby, and I can't upgrade. I can't do anything. I want to throw my controller and explode it. I can't do anything. And that really makes it tough to play the game.
Yeah, it's like nothing makes me madder. Like, did you ever see any of those fucking TikToks? And it's always like the one or two guys, they're playing Call of Duty and they're doing that thing where they're just running circles around someone. They're not fighting them. They're just running and doing spins and shit because they think it's like, oh my God, look how crazy I am. Look at my movements. Well, it's like that physically, when I see a video like that, I want to crush my phone in my fucking hands because I just get so mad that you're like, that's how you're playing the game. Like, it's just so annoying. Because I've fucking been in situations where people have done shit like that to me, and I just get crushed. It's like, dude, congratulations. Congratulations. You're that cracked. I'm glad for you. Now go touch a titty. Like, please. Like, oh my God. It actually, it puts me into a legitimate, like, mood when I fucking see shit like that. Because it's just like, you are the type of person who ruins everyone's fun. You're that guy.
What happened to, like, especially like the Halo days, or fuck that, even like like Call of Duty Black Ops, when everyone was like on the same page and actually like a community, not trying to be, I don't know what the word is, but like they weren't like GG
Competitive.
easy, no re and all that shit. It was always
Toxic.
this like,
Toxic. It's toxic.
it was just like, oh, nice try. You guys almost got us. Good try though. That was a close game.
Yeah.
Now it's just like it could be 99 to 100, and the people who just won could be like, oh, dude, you guys suck. You guys are ass. You guys easy, GG, easy, no re, all that shit. It's like, dude, you won by 1 point. You can't
Yeah.
just say good match. Is it gonna hurt you? Is it gonna really hurt you to say like, yo, you guys did a good fight?
Yeah. It's just, there's a lot of that. Like, and everyone is talk shit in a game. Like, I'm fucking not gonna sit here and be like,
I've done it
yeah,
100 times.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I never said GG easy or something. Like, that's a stone faced lie. But like, that's a rare occurrence where I'm fucking just sitting there talking shit to someone. 99% of the time, if I'm engaging with someone like that, it's because they were either doing something purposefully to be an asshole, or they are the ones who were fucking saying shit like that. Like, I just don't understand when people got to be overly fucking toxic and get wild. Like, everyone gets in a bad mood and fucking just goes haymaker on someone for no fucking reason. But, like, people who are just, like, every match, they're just talking mad shit. Like, I've seen people like this. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Just play the goddamn game. Like, holy shit.
And that's why most games don't even have like, I'm bringing it back to Call of Duty again, but why most Call of Duties don't even have like forced chat anymore. Forced chat was the shit because everyone had to talk unless you had your mic unplugged, and not a lot of people do that anymore because they don't have it anymore, and people are just afraid of getting like fucking just throttled for just not being great at the game.
I also can't stand how, like, especially like fucking all these Call of Duty and shit, like, oh yeah, we have AI that's gonna record your shit, and if you say like fucked up stuff, you're just gonna get chat banned. It's like, whatever happened to people just being able to fucking say whatever they want, and if someone else doesn't like what they're saying, you just fucking mute them. Like, why is everything got to be fucking monitored anymore? And everything's like, sometimes, like, I literally had times where I was talking fucked up shit to a fucking buddy of mine on the other team, and I got chat banned because it's like, oh, well, what you were saying wasn't okay. It's like, dude, I know the motherfucker. He knows I'm fucking with him. Like, but now I'm fucking, you're acting like I'm an asshole because the fucking game says, oh, well, this is something that we don't like to hear people say. It's like, all right, I get it and all. Like, if you're sitting there saying the N word every fucking game, like, yeah, I see why. But if like I'm calling my buddy the F word, which will not be said here, like, what the fuck? You're just gonna like just ban me, like chat ban people and shit because no one has a fucking thick skin anymore. And no one can hear anything.
Yeah, those days passed.
Yeah, it's gone. Like I remember how much shit was told to me, and the old Call of Duty, the amount of times I was told that someone was banging my mom in the next room, and it was just like, yeah, okay, bud, well, go fuck yourself because blah blah blah, your dad eats his own ass or something. It was just like,
It's
it's
I don't want to go down that road too much because I have a lot to say about that road, but I don't want to. But it's like if you guys, I'm sure if you watch the video, his videos or in the future videos, and I say like what some people might call asshole things to say to someone else, we were we were raised differently, and we just grew up in like tough skin. So it's like we move on with that shit, and it's just not the same anymore. And like you can't say remotely anything to anyone without their feelings being like destroyed, and they report you, and you get banned from playing the game because you said one thing to them.
yeah,
That has really bothered me very. Like it's this turning into like, okay, well I don't want to go in game chat, so let's just like stay in Discord then.
yeah. Like I think that is one of the reasons why there's just so many fucking people in Discord anymore. It's like 'cause you just can't say anything anywhere else.
And it's making it hard to like make new like
Yeah,
friends on the internet, like in
yeah.
games, like finding cool people to hang out with that you wouldn't have met otherwise. But just people don't go into game chat anymore because of those types of reasons. So people just stays in Discord, especially on PC.
Yeah, it's physically like creating echo chambers. It's weird. But also fucking like it's also you gotta it's dependent on game communities too. Like there are certain games that are known for having way more of a toxic fucking community and shit. Dude,
Overwatch.
yeah. Dude, you know what has one of the worst ones? Fucking Rainbow Six Siege, dude. Back in the fucking
Pistol.
day. Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my
It got bad.
before they did the whole like revamp of like the your like now they have that thing where it tells you if you're a good or a bad egg, basically. But like before that, like there were so tired. And I'm gonna say this fucking now. I don't give a fuck if anyone gets mad. Listen, I'm not saying every single French Canadian is an asshole, but every French Canadian I ran into on Siege was an asshole. I've never been killed by a specific like group of people more in my life in any video game than French Canadians in Siege. I don't know why. There was so many times I fucking had toxic French Canadians, like literally, like two guys talking French to each other, and then they would say some shit and like talk shit about me because I was an American or something. Like, dude, can we just play the game? And then they would do that shit where you're like watching an angle and they're shooting at you, but they're not hitting you. They're shooting next to you. So they're constantly fucking freaking you out because you're like trying to fucking watch an angle and they're being dickheads, and then eventually they just shoot you in the fucking head and then like teabag, and then his buddy will kill you the next match just to get you fucked up, and then like you just can't do it. Like maybe you retaliate the third match, you kill one of them, but then you can't kill them after that. And then fucking what comes on is like, oh, they'll like keep walking in front of you or something, so you shoot them and you get reverse friendly fire or some shit. It's like, dude, Siege did that shit so bad. That was the shit that made me fucking quit Siege the first time. I was so tired of running into assholes who would just ruin your games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's talking a lot.
No, I haven't personally had a lot of that happen to me, but I've had like where they would do the thing where they would just run in front of you purposely and keep like going back and forth in front of you. So you would hit them, so you would become like the one who would get kicked.
I think that comes down to I was in game chat more. I think that's why. Because I know you don't do that much. You don't just join
I
game chat and
don't
try to
well
talk to people.
I don't like to socialize in game chat anymore because of the reasons I said.
Yeah,
I've kind of came to the point where because of how it is anymore, I just kind of just don't want to deal with people in games anymore. It's why all the time I always say, dude, let's just do a private match. Let's do the private match. Let's not go in game chat. Let's not do that because they're assholes everywhere anymore.
yeah. Like I
I
like
don't
to,
feel like dealing
I
with it.
like to talk to people. That's just me. Is I like to talk to people on on like stuff because I've had interesting conversations with people online. But then that's also the thing. It makes you a fucking target because then people are like, oh, this guy is talking. That means if we piss him off, we can hear a reaction. I think that's really what it is, and it's just so cringe because it's like, why does like so many people like just like to intentionally piss someone off? And we kind of did that a little bit the other night when we played GTA with the AC 130. We were just kind of fucking with people.
I don't know. That was just us playing GTA though.
Yeah, but realistically, we weren't doing anything to benefit ourselves. We were just flying around fucking blowing people away. The only one who benefited that entire time was you because we kept killing people with bounties. You probably made like $30,000 in bounties collected last night alone. As
Yeah.
I'm just flying and shit. But then it's also fucking. It's just like I was talking earlier, just like the way gaming spheres are, like the communities of games and shit, like just how everything runs right now is just so weird. Like Twitch, fucking, I was talking to you about that earlier. Like Twitch is such a cesspit of just scumbags. Like let's just be real. There's a lot of people you really shouldn't listen to for anything moral whatsoever. Like I've said this before, like I really don't like people like Aiden Ross or Hassan or fucking Pokimane. Like they're all fucking, they all just do shit all the time that just shows that they just have a really poor moral compass. Like I was saying before, like you got fucking Aiden Ross like having those little like prank, what are they called, the fucking open mic things, and every dude who goes up there is saying the n-word. He's sitting there like laughing like it's hilarious. Like everyone likes a funny racist joke every once in a while. Like a lot of people do. There's some people who don't. But like when it's just every time it's just n-word, n-word, n-word. It's like, dude, you know what's happening. You know this is gonna happen. And you're just allowing this. You just keep going it. And then like I said before, that video of fucking like he's with that chick and he's just like, so right now, you'd let me fuck? Like who does that? Like that's fucking cringe and that's so whack. Like how regardless if she is that type of woman to say some, to allow some whack shit, like just as a man saying shit like that is just so weird. It just feels so like,
It shows that you're not a gentleman.
yeah, like I hate shit like that. And then you got fucking Hassan getting fucking banned from Twitch because he's talking about like a politician should be killed because he disagrees with fucking his outlook on like, I think it was like universal healthcare or something. It's like, okay, so people should just die because they don't agree with your political thing. It's again like don't watch these people. And then you got Pokimane from like all the stupid shit she said. Like the fucking time she called people, oh, if you're a broke boy, if you can't afford my cookies, like, oh, if you're a broke boy, it's okay. Like just saying that to like a large group of people who don't have the money to buy your fucking $40 cookies or whatever it was. It's like you're a wild fucking. That shows me like you have never had to grind in your life for anything. Like to say some either that or you're just so fucking far disconnected from where you started or something like that. Like that's so wild to call someone a broke boy because they don't want to spend all that money on one of your products or something like that. It's just crazy. There's just so many people in Twitch right now, and I could go on and on a list about it, who are just like they're so morally bankrupt. Like they just do fucked up shit all the time. Like we were saying before about fucking like Dr. Disrespect. I didn't want to say his fucking name anymore. Like crying because, oh, my friends abandoned me. You literally admitted on fucking the internet that you had inappropriate conversations with a minor, and then everyone fucking pushed you away for that, as they should have. And then you fucking come back and say, oh, well, really, it wasn't as bad as it was. This is the reasons. I was just saying that because of this. Like, it's like, dude, you're
That's not.
sus.
You have a wife
Yeah, like,
and
dude,
2 kids. I think he has 2 kids. He might have 3 now. I don't know. I don't
like,
remember.
what I was saying before with that was like, dude, regardless if let's say the whole thing with it was underage was bullshit. Let's say like he said, oh, in her jurisdiction, which I've said before, if you're fucking talking about the jurisdiction they're in, it was legal, you're grasping at fucking straws already, my man. You're fucking reaching. Then like we're talking about fucking what was what was it? Of you're talking inappropriate with this girl. I don't give a shit. Let's say she was fucking of age, because we can't confirm that apparently, allegedly, whatever. But even if it was an of age woman and you're talking inappropriate, you have a wife, you are married, who you've already admitted to cheating on before. So what the fuck are you doing, my man? And then you
Yeah.
got people fucking like you're talking about, oh, your friends abandoned. Like Nick Merckx, I like him. Like unless I fucking see something that he's done that I don't know about that's crazy, I have respect for him because he speaks the fucking like truth on a lot of things, and fucking he doesn't seem morally fucking broke. He doesn't seem like who just say some crazy fucked up shit just to get clicks. It's just he says shit that he believes in. And he fucking said, he told it out. Like, dude, like, you're fucking mad that all of us pushed you away. Like, you did some fucking whack shit with someone who is allegedly underage, who you're now claiming isn't. It's like, come on. I just don't get it. Like I've said before, the only two people I have respect for on, like, Twitch is, like, Nick Merckx and Queso. I like a couple other people, but it doesn't mean I respect them just because I like your content.
Yeah, I just stay away from Twitch. I don't like Twitch
It,
whatsoever.
it's just, yeah.
Also, when you have as strong as ADHD as I do, it's kind of tough to watch Twitch streams. It's just too slow for me. But so I just YouTube I'm on 99,000% of the time.
I just think as a community, we got to do fucking better. I think like Twitch has to do fucking better. People have to make better decisions on like who they watch.
When do you think it went downhill though?
Uh, fuck. I'm gonna be honest. I want to say a couple years ago when it just started becoming like all these people doing crazy shit on the street for fucking views and shit. Like you had people like literally like stealing shit on camera and fucking like what was that other guy? Oh, dude, that other guy's a fucking scumbag who I can't stand. Was it Jimmy Doherty? Doherty? What the fuck is his name? That guy who like crashed his fucking car.
Jack Doherty?
Jack Doherty, yeah, the fucking guy who got shot. He got fucking shot for doing some cringe ass prank to some dude. Then is like thinks it's funny. Like, oh yeah, I'll do crazy shit until like eventually I get killed or something like that. Whatever. Then he crashes his like McLaren or whatever it was with his friend in it because he's on the phone. And then when his friend's like all bleeding and shit, get out of the car, he's more interested in fucking like videotaping it than like helping his friend. It's like that guy, and he's also like notorious for being a bitch and
He's
fucking like starting fights. Like he's starting fights with people, and then having his fucking security, like take care of the guy, like just be his like just oh what are you gonna do something, and then his gigantic security guard gets in front. It's like dude, oh
wait,
that's
wait, wait.
so cringe.
I did not realize this. Okay, so he turned 21 in October 8th. Okay? He is married. He is only, like I said, 21. He is married to a 22-year-old. And doesn't he have like his own, I think he has his own like mansion.
I mean, I'm sure he
That's
does. I mean, that
was
doesn't.
wild to me. Well, cuz I don't know. I don't like him like whatsoever.
Yeah,
He doesn't gain subscribers or anything like he just shows off all the time and I hate that.
yeah, that's cringe. People who show off shit and fucking. I'm gonna say right now, I'm sitting here with like, at the moment, like, under 30 subscribers. So I'm not fucking sitting here trying to pick on people because they're like bigger than me or some shit. I'm literally speaking my mind on these people before fucking anything before anything else, just because like this is actually like how I feel about this shit. Like regardless if I had 30 fucking subscribers or fucking 30 million, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say the same damn thing. I just think it's wild the way people act on the fucking internet.
It's like you want people to be you want to be known like that. I just don't understand why some people are just okay with being known as assholes or I just so many other things. I just don't get it. Why wouldn't you want to be known for like, oh, it's that dude who like made something really cool, or that dude who saved kittens from a car crash, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird. You know what? Also, like, I'm gonna say this now. I don't trust Mr. Beast. I don't trust that dude. I know that's like kind of like a fucking another opinion that'll just get me like looked at like through fucking like 10 different lenses. But like I don't know, something seems so off about him.
I mean, he burned me out 100% for like the shit he would do is like, oh, I'm giving $10,000 to this person. I'm getting 10,000 to this person. It's just the idea every video of doing that. Cool for them. I'm not like hurt or I'm not like butt hurt or anything because I was never a Mr. Beast winner. But I just it's just such a like dead horse that he just keeps beating, and it just doesn't impress me anymore. It's just boring to watch for me. And it also feels like he's more of like a kid channel, and that kind of throws me off
Yeah.
too.
Now something just seems so sus, like something's happened in the background.
I
Like
liked it
after all
before
that
all the drama.
dude, after all that shit with all the like pedophilia that was basically going on in that situation, like with fucking Chris Tyson. First off, if you didn't fucking see that coming, I found that so fucking funny when everyone was surprised, like, oh yeah, that dude's like into like weird child fucking shit. Like, oh, the lolly he was into, and he said really fucking whack shit on his Discord. It's like, dude, are you surprised? He literally like did like I can't really fucking say my full opinion on the matter because it's on YouTube and it'll get flagged immediately. But like,
Yeah,
there was a lot of clear signs that that person was not in their right mind to begin with.
that's why I'm being quiet for this topic.
Yeah, like I don't have like any fucking problem with people doing what they want to do, but there are fucking signs that you're not in your right mind when it comes to certain decisions. But like that, and then we found out the other fucking guy who was with it was like a known fucking child fucking toucher or some shit.
I don't. What is? Why is this like? I hate to say this, but why is it like a popular thing now?
Bro,
Like,
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't get it. I don't wake up in the morning, go to Wawa, see a child, and be like, I'd hit that. I don't see that. I don't see that whatsoever.
I did that.
I don't get
Yeah,
what
bro.
is
I
wrong with
don't
these
get that.
people.
I don't
And I
yeah, I
don't
don't
care if you get mad or if you say, "Oh, well, they're just depressed or mentally unstable." No, that's the problem. Is we're giving these people all these excuses so they
yeah.
keep doing it.
I mean back in the day if you did that, you got thrown in like the wood chipper or you got thrown in the lake with like something around your neck. But like I'm not saying that's okay to do nowadays, YouTube. Stay calm. Wink. Um but like fucking but fucking like
Butt
there's
fucking.
yeah butt fucking like also there's just like I don't understand what it is with the gaming community and just so many people like it comes out like yeah they had an underage thing. It's like I never understand that either because I've never been someone who like I'm 28 now. I'm
Bam.
not some fuck you. 28 is not crazy. Not my fault. You're baby face.
Closest to 30.
Uh, yeah, thanks. Uh, I'm not someone who like looks at a woman like, oh, I don't only date a woman if she's way younger than me. I don't really give a shit if a woman's like a little older than me. I don't really care. To me, it's like
More experience.
it's more. Whoa, it's fucking like there's a halfway point for me. It's like half of the thing is like there's got to be an attraction there physically, but then there's also got to be a attraction there mentally. Like I've said this 1,000 times. Like I am more attracted to a woman if she's smart as hell. Like if you can sit there and listen to me ramble about fucking history and shit and you're not like looking at me with glazed eyes regardless, I am like totally invested with you. I will literally listen to you talk about fucking makeup for 7 hours or whatever your interest is. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just saying, whatever your fucking interest is as a woman, if you can listen to me ramble about my shit and you're actually semi interested, I will make myself interested in whatever you're talking about. But like, it's just you got so many people now who are just like, oh, she's super hot. She's on OnlyFans. I want to hit. It's like, dude,
Oh, that's another topic that annoys me a lot.
OnlyFans. OnlyFans
I
is a fucking
I
plague on society, dude.
I don't agree with it whatsoever, and I know there's people out there it's like, oh, their body, their choice, they can do what they want, and it's like the same thing as like porn, but I don't know to have like to have special website where people go to. It annoys me because there's people who literally work crazy jobs for shit paychecks, but this girl can, or dude can, post a picture of their foot
It's
and make
mainly
more.
girls.
Yeah, let's be honest. I was just trying to, cover, but can literally make as much as they make in a year, and that is disgusting. That Why is that a thing?
Well,
That
that's
you
also a
shouldn't.
societal problem. Like, just people are like absorbing too much porn. Like, I think people watch too much porn. And like, as someone who fucking like, I was fucking young when I first moved into my place by myself, dude. It was just like nonstop fucking watching stuff that my mom would be upset about. Please don't watch this episode, mom.
So
Um,
did you attract the Goon Wolf?
the Goon Wolf. Why do you always bring up the fucking
'Cause I
what? The
made this
Goon Wolf.
character,
You made this character. Now it's got to be a
and,
thing.
and if you ever blow up, I want art for Goon Wolf.
The art for Goon Wolf. Oh my god.
Remember this video.
Remember this video. I'm sure I won't forget. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, like I don't like OnlyFans and shit because it's like, it's too easy. And you can't, like, you've got chicks who are just turning 18 and they're just immediately like, I'm going to do porn because it's OnlyFans. You can't, taking the fucking easy way is never fucking, it's never free. It's never free, dude. Like, now you're putting yourself in that mindset where you're just, oh, I
I don't.
made all this money so easy by showing my asshole on the internet. And it's like,
I think that's the point that annoys me the most. Is
it's
they
just,
they like they what was the word that I just used? Show off like their giant shack mountain fucking mansion with 7 fucking Audi R8s and 18 Lamborghinis and all that shit, and say I got this from my body. Good for you, but don't show off. You didn't do anything for that.
you
You
didn't
just
work hard
literally
for that, yeah.
you just showed your
But
holes
it's also
and got paid for
your
it.
holes. How many holes? But like, it's also, I also like to blame people who consume shit like that. Like, it's also their fault too. Because if there wasn't a market for it, it wouldn't be that much of an issue. But like, all these fucking people, it is so fucking wild to me. These people who will literally spend thousands of dollars on this stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll give you $10,000 if we can meet this one time." And it's like, "Oh yeah, they met up, and it's they take a picture and they're hugging." And it's like these dudes like expect, like,
I
"Oh, I
smelled
paid
her
her."
musk.
Yeah, just do like these people like expect this shit almost. It's like, oh, well, I pay her 10,000 if we meet. There's a chance she'll fuck me, dude. You are 300 pounds overweight, and you actually look like Lester from fucking GTA. You are wildly, wildly outside your league, dude. Regardless of what you're fucking paying, and it's like you are literally why so many of these women just get like pulled into this shit because they see all this money these motherfuckers make, and I do feel bad. Like, that is one thing that scares me really bad. Like, because I want to be a dad one day, and I'd love to have a daughter. But god damn, I hope I have a son first. Because I'm going to need help fucking
God, dude.
navigating her away from that. Like, that scares me. As, like,
What
someone
if
who
like
wants to be a dad, that
what
fucking scares me.
what if they rebrand OnlyFans to Only Holes, and you find your daughter on Only Holes?
Okay,
What do you do about that? Like, how do you go about that?
I don't know, and I don't want to ever be put in a
Do you
situation where I
banish
have
her
to figure
from the
just,
from the house?
I banish the thought!
Like, I mean, that has to be. I also don't understand or agree personally. Never had a kid. I don't really think I should. Uh, but I don't see how some families are okay with it. Oh yeah, you show your thing off and you get like $30,000 in legal fees. I don't get it. I don't get how you're okay with your little daughter. See, I always think about like if I had a kid and that was the situation I was in, wouldn't you just like flash back to like your little baby girl sitting on your lap or some shit, fucking watching Bebop TV,
Fucking Bebop TV.
and now she's making a living off of literally showing everything off that you thought.
Dude, yeah, I feel
I
there's
don't
got to
get
be,
that.
dude, I feel bad for like dads out there that actually find out their kid. Dude, I can't imagine this. But that's also why you got to be a fucking parent. You got to be a goddamn parent and you got to fucking like Show your kids some fucking interest. Like, be interested in being with your kids and telling them, like, oh, I love you. You're my fucking child. I'll always care for you. But you got to make responsible choices in life. And it's like you got too many people who don't want to put in the effort for shit like that.
I think this might be a hot topic, and I don't know if this would be okay, but um, I think the spoon or a belt is pretty good, but
The spoon. That.
to a reasonable level, not like you know trying to go
Okay.
fucking.
What he means is the wooden spoon. If you have an Italian mother, you know what the wooden spoon means. The amount of times I got fucking clunked in the head with a wooden spoon for saying some stupid shit. Oh my
It,
god.
it also works if you're like a father, or your father has a very deep grumbly voice.
Mm-hmm.
Also makes it scary, but like our parents had us to the point where if they said one word or looked at us in a way, we fucking aye understood.
Yeah.
But not a lot of parents are like that
And it
anymore.
also
And
wasn't even like a completely fear thing. Like that didn't come into like teenager level. But like it was a respect thing. Like we knew to listen to our parents because there was a level of respect there. Like I respect my father because he's my dad, and I respect my mom because she's my mom. And when we fucked up, we fucking were told that we fucked up,
I'm
and we were upset.
punished for it.
Yeah, we were punished for it. Like actually punished. Like go to your room, don't fucking come out till tomorrow. And it was like, okay. And like you got people sit there who say that's so bad. That's so mean to do your kids. No, it's you're teaching people these lessons in like a simplest way. Like go to your room. You're not going to fucking die. You're not going to have some mental breakdown from
And
being
obviously
sent to
you're
your room.
allowed to come out to go to the bathroom. You're allowed to fucking get a snack if you're hungry. You just gotta mainly stay in your fucking room. And not be. I think also another problem with today is that no one is bored anymore. Like actually bored. Like sitting in your room by yourself with just your thoughts and fucking maybe a fucking I don't know paperclip. Uh, No one, everyone has to have a screen in their face, and the attention span today is like non-existent.
Yeah. Well, it's
And
not even just like it's like people
I
don't
already
go ahead.
I already had a bad attention span to start with, but having a phone with TikTok on it or Instagram or any of that
Yeah.
shit ruined it
Yeah.
completely. Like it just no more. It's gone.
I this is why I legitimately have why I like that I walk to work. It's a moment where I don't look at a screen. I just walk to work. Maybe I'll have music playing, but I never thought music was too much to like overstimulate someone's senses to the point they didn't watch things around them. But like sometimes you just got to sit out front or sit in the backyard or something and just look at the sky. Like sometimes you need a moment to take away from the screen so your mind can clear itself out. Like people don't realize that anymore. I think that's so bad. I think someone like you, like more me than you, Zach, but you as well because you also did play outside for a good portion of like your childhood. But like my whole childhood, they said like if I was at the house, mom and dad were like, yo, go in the garage, get your bike, go get your basketball or something, go play. Like if I hung around too long, they told you to go and do stuff, and you would go outside, you would do stuff, and you had fun fucking most of
How
the
I
time.
made 90% of my friends.
Yeah,
I was always outside.
yeah, and it's just also good for you to just be away from fucking
Uh,
screens. Like
Vitamin D.
I've had so many times now as like an adult, just because I haven't had a lot of time because you have work and shit. You gotta fucking do shit. Then I come home, I try to edit some videos, I try to put some content up, and it's just like so much extra shit, and
I
it's
will
like I don't
say
have time to go outside.
I will say nowadays it is a lot different because there's more psychopaths than ever in the world right now.
Yeah,
Where
it's
being
bad.
outside is scary. But
Yeah,
like if you have a backyard, you should be fine in your backyard. Unless you live in some area where you shouldn't be in your backyard. But you are a human, you have common sense, you know where to be and where not to be. But if you have like If you could be in your backyard, chill in your backyard. If you have a dog, chill back there with them. Just fuck around. Just be in your head. Just fuck around with nature. Just look at animals or some shit. It's weird, but it helps.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
something very soothing about being in, like, I like all the times, like, I've when we've gone somewhere and we'll just be outside. Like, I've had times where I've taken like really long walks and I've walked through like wooded areas near where I live, and it's just
You
like,
just zone out looking at the world.
yeah, and it's something really relaxing about it. Regardless of who you are, if you sit outside somewhere, like somewhere nice, like maybe even in like a park area, like a field or something, and just stare at the sky when it's nice out, or just stare at the trees while the wind is blowing, there's something really therapeutic about that. Like, there's something that just helps you clear your head. It helps you really focus on what's actually important. Like, too many people sit there and they just get too worried about shit. Like, like what I was saying the other day, like I had a situation at work where they were trying to like get rid of me over a mistake they had made. Luckily, I like I said, I cleared it up, so I still have my job, and I'm not. I proved that they were wrong, but realistically, when they told me, like, I didn't panic. Like, I took a walk when I went home. I just looked around, watched the trees, watched the wind blow and shit. And I sat there and I thought. I thought about plans. Like, okay, well, this is what I can tell them. See if this fucking fixes the situation. See if anyone else knows. Da da da. I have contingency plans. If I do lose my job, I could go get a job here. I could go do this. If I have to, I could borrow this from this. It was like, but I wasn't panicking. You have so many people today when like they're told the littlest thing, they act like their life is gonna end. It's like, dude, I'm someone who lives like paycheck to paycheck. Like if I lost my job right now, it would be an issue. But I'm not gonna panic about it because that's not gonna help me. Too many people just freak the fuck out over stupid shit.
There's nothing you can do. You just got to nothing you can do about like if you lose your job like that or if you legit did something wrong and you can't get it back. Don't don't panic. It's not the end of the world. You'll find something else. You'll if you actually really care about your situation, you'll try and go out of your way to try different things and get a weird even if you're like pumping gas at a place. It's still it's still a job. It's still money. Still income
Yeah,
coming in.
that's another thing. Is like people should you should never be ashamed to have a job. Like regardless if it's the shittiest job.
Yeah, no matter what job it is.
Yeah, just be you have a job. You're don't let anyone ever put you down because they make like a bunch more money than you. Be like, yeah, I get it. I'll get there one day. I right now I'm just grinding. I'm making what I need. Like, dude, I'm gonna say this fucking now. Like, I hope that my channel can really launch off and people can actually see me for the person I am and they can enjoy my content and like I get the right audience and I can have a decent community. But like, I started out at Burger King. Like my first job was fucking Burger King. And that shit was like whack. But I was making money. I was like working 18, 19 years old working at a Burger King and I was making money for the first time. Wasn't a lot of money, but it felt good to know at the end of the week I had a paycheck. Like it was really interesting. It was really different for me to actually have my own money that I relied on, and it teaches you things. But like, I knew
And
people who fucking from like our area. Like Zach, you know this. Like when we lived in West Effort, I don't know how well you know this because we didn't live in West Effort too long with you. Um, like there's a lot of richer people who live in that area who are kind of fucking snobby. Like
yeah,
I went to school. I know like you never went to that high school, but there's a lot of fucking snobs there.
yeah, I did.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you did go there. No, no, no,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot about that. You went from Woodbury to there, which was so weird. Um, but yeah, like there's a lot of like richer areas around, and there was like some snot. Like I remember the one girl I used to fucking work with. Like the one day I came outside and she like was in a brand new fucking Charger. I was like, "How'd you get that?" He's like, "Oh yeah, my dad got it for." I'm just thinking like, yeah, cool.
It's cool.
Like I don't think I would ever buy my kid a fucking brand new muscle car as their first vehicle. Like that's
No, you
wild.
have to start with a clunker. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, anyone
You
in
have to
fucking
start with a clunker,
yeah.
know how to fix it. You learn something. I'm so tired. Ooh, I'm so tired of.
The anger. Ooh. You had to cool down in the middle of that.
I'm so tired of people not knowing how to fix a tire. It's insane. Or how to jump a car. It
It's
is
so
the easiest
stupid.
thing you can do in your entire life.
Dude, it's
It,
literally it's fucking like 6 bolts. 6 bolts. Just don't unscrew the middle bolt. That's for the brakes. Fucking unscrew the outer 6 bolts or how many bolts your wheel has. Fucking take it off with its when it's jacked, of course. Slam it on. Put them back on. Make sure they're all tight. Spin the wheel a couple times to make sure it's fucking aligned right, and you're good to go. Fucking jumper cables, easy as shit. Put your positive and negative leads on the fucking right part of the battery. Do the same thing on the other one. Let the other person rev the engine a little bit so the alternator keeps the battery fucking nice and juiced. And you're good to go. Change your oil. Changing your oil is the hardest, like, easy thing to do on a car. And it's still, you have to be an idiot not to know how to change your oil. Just,
it's only difficult if you have a big belly.
yeah. You just gotta fucking go into the car, go to the fucking oil pan, unscrew that, drain the fucking oil into like a bucket or something. Then when it's all drained out, close it back up, fucking put new oil in the fucking thing, and you're good to go. Like
You
it's
gotta change
not.
the filter.
Yeah, well, yeah, you gotta change the
If
oil
if
filter
you
too.
if you gotta change your filter,
If you
but
gotta change your filters.
there are some that are good for 25,000 miles instead of no 10,000 miles instead of 5,000 miles.
Yeah,
Just a
and
little
they
tip.
have a table in the back.
What?
What? I thought we were talking about the CRV.
No.
Oh.
No, there's some oil filters that are you the normal cheap ones are like 5,000 miles, good for 5,000 miles, and you have to change your oil every 5,000 miles. That's like the
Oh,
regular
I thought
thing.
you were making like a fucking launch at your own car. Like, yeah, my car never needs to change that filter because it's got a table in the back.
Why would the table in the back change that?
I don't
What?
know. You're always bringing up
Oil
the table.
table.
Anyway, but like there's just a lot of people who are just too stupid, who are just too lazy. It's not even stupidity. I don't even think that people. I don't think that our society is actually that stupid. I think it's that lazy though. I think that's
I
legitimately what it is.
I would say the opposite. I would say we're the smartest we've ever been, but
I
it's
I think people are
lazy.
just too yeah, I think people are too fucking lazy and that's why they come off as stupid. It's because they're too lazy to look in or do something, so people just think everyone's fucking dumb. I think people are just too lazy to get up and do something for themselves, so it makes them look like they don't know how to do it. When realistically they just don't have the will to go do it. So it makes it that's why they don't know how to, because they just never tried it. I'm sure if you taught someone how to do something, they'd know how to do it easily. They wouldn't be stupid about it. It's just like I don't even have a fucking car. I'd have a license at the moment. But I still know how to do all this shit to a car. Like how there's no excuse for someone who has a car to be there and fucking be like, "Oh, I don't know how to change my oil. Let me go take it to a fucking mechanic for an oil change." If you take a car to a mechanic for an oil change, I hope they rob you. I hope they rob you. I hope they say, "Oh yeah, it's gonna cost $1,000 to change your
I
oil."
mean, it's insane. They usually the most expensive one I've ever seen was like $80.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
And
saying like
you
you
can
deserve to be robbed if you have to go to a place to have someone change your oil. Unless you're in some weird special fucking supercar or something, there is no fucking reason you need anyone else but yourself to
if
change
you
your
are a
oil.
normal person with a normal car,
Mm-hmm.
not, super special. I drive a Lamborghini around
Yeah, if you're in
because
something that's super low to the ground and you can't get under there to fucking change out the oil,
then
then
I'm also at the same time you probably have other things to do than change your own oil, but that's just me.
yeah, there's just so many people who don't know how to do basic things. That I'm also part of it. Like I fucking think I wrote a letter like 2 or 3 times in your life. How many times have you wrote a letter, Zach? Like actually wrote a letter and mailed it.
Never.
Never, yeah. But like there's a lot of things and like people will always say like, "Oh, that's the progression of like we don't have to do that anymore." Yeah, but just cuz you don't have to do something doesn't mean you should fucking not know how to do it in an emergency. Like most
I
people
mean,
don't
I
know
know.
how to start fire. Like I know how to fucking make a fire. I have an entire kit
Oh,
just in case. Like I
I
could
can
make
start a fire.
yeah, I was gonna say I could make a fire with 2 fucking sticks and a string. Like most people don't know that because they're always like, oh, we live in a society where that we don't need to do that anymore. Again, just because you don't need to do it
Okay,
doesn't mean you don't know.
you're in an airplane. You're going to the fucking Bahamas. The engine explodes because a pigeon wanted to say hi to it, and
A pigeon wanted to say hi to it.
you end up in an island on Hushikapapapa, and you have to eat your friend.
Eat your
Got to do that.
friend.
Then you're like, shit, how do I cook Jim? And then you
How do
gotta,
I cook Jim?
and then you just like, damn, I should have fucking learned how to make a fire, because
Uh,
now I'm gonna die
dude, do you think
with
Daniel
Jim.
would be delicious?
I think anyone would be delicious cooked to the right temperature.
Whoa. It's fucking just Daniel just cooked at the
Hey,
perfect
I've
temperature.
heard we've taste like chicken.
I have never heard that. I've never heard that once.
You're not on the site, someone.
Uh,
What?
I didn't say what.
Oh.
It just got really quiet. Anyway, besides like needing a fire so you can eat your friend Jim, um, I don't know. It's funny how this whole thing like started. We're talking about gaming, and now we're talking about like eating people and everything.
People.
Like this is like this is the craziest fucking changeover. I hope
This
someone
train
listens.
drastically changed
Yeah,
direction.
it changed crazily. But yeah, there's just a lot of things with like people just really need to stop relying on everything else so much instead of just learning a little. Like sometimes like people have so much time these days. Like there's so many people with so much time that they just burn. Like the amount of time I've sat in my bed and watched TikTok or some shit. Like there's so much shit I could have done in that amount of time that would have been so much more productive. Like I could have painted my cat to look like a tiger. Like that would have been
Don't
way
do
more
that.
productive. Huh?
Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that.
Why?
So I said so.
No, that'd be amazing. I've always thought about that. Having
No,
fucking like just painting stripes on my cat. Just black stripes. Cuz she could finally be her total form. She'd be a tiny little baby tiger. Maybe for like Halloween or something.
I'm making Bean a bee.
You're dressing her up as a bee.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's like I kind of hope, and I know a lot of people are saying differently. I'm also not a content creator on TikTok, but I kind of hope it gets just banned. Only for the sole fact is I can't. My brain is fucked. I can't pull myself off of it.
Yeah.
I want it to go away because it's the only way I'm gonna get released from its curse.
Yeah, I just thought it was so wild when TikTok got banned for like a fucking what was it like a day it was gone or
It
two.
wasn't even gone for a day. It was gone for like I think it was like it's like 16 hours. I think something like that.
Well, in that time, like so many people were fiending for fucking like content like that. They downloaded like Red Note, which is literally like a CCP controlled app basically. And it was like, dude, like you guys are animals. Like you're actually that locked into that you're
That's why I said when I said earlier is you gotta be bored. You gotta actually be bored and just be with yourself. And it's okay to talk to yourself. I perfectly think that's okay to an extent.
I mean, you know me.
Yes. Um,
I'll have whole fucking conversations with myself.
but at least you know that.
Yeah. No, I'm aware of it. I'm not fucking crazy or anything.
Yet. Um,
Yeah. Give it like 10 years.
but it's like dude, I would literally when I was younger and I was like had to be in my room, I would lay on my back, put my dogs on the wall,
My
and just
dogs on the wall.
look at the ceiling, and then just kind of just do nothing, think. I don't know. I'd just be so bored to the point where I wouldn't be bored, if that makes sense. I'd find a way to entertain myself, but that's me.
Yeah, I think you come up with a lot of just ideas on shit. And also, one thing too is like when people, like how we get, like when we're just so bored. Like there have been so many times I've gotten into a mood to play a game that I just haven't fucking wanted to play. because I'll think of a certain thing I want to do. Like I think, oh, dude, I would love to like fly this like this and do like tricks or that. And I'm like, oh wait, I could do that in that one game. Oh, that'd be so cool because you can do this in that game too, and that would make it even cooler. Like shit like that. Like there's little situations you can build up in your brain just by being able to just think for yourself. Just
That's
think
why
by yourself.
I play Arma 3 all the time by myself. I just because it's like the best way I can explain it is it's like if you were a kid that played with like toy soldiers, it's like the grown up version of that.
Yeah.
It's you're not going to be looked at weird for it. But I have 1,700 hours on it because all I do is I fuck around on there with mods.
Yeah.
I don't know where that point. I don't know where that was going, but that's where it went.
Yeah, it's just fucking.
Oh, like how we just. I never played Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls. Elden Ring. I think I played a little bit of the first or second Dark Souls, but just finished playing Elden Ring and just got out of the mood for Elden Ring. I played it for like 2 weeks straight. Mike has played Elden Ring before, but he was replaying it. We were playing on Seamless,
Yeah.
which is pretty decent, minus some bugs, but whatever. Um, First time ever, we did the main story, fought a lot of the side bosses, and then finished the Shadow of the Erd Tree. And now I want to play an Elden Ring game, and Mike got me in the mood to play. What was that game? The mech game. You said it was just a Elden Ring
Armored
game,
Core.
but
Armored Core.
Armored Core.
It's literally just
So
Armored Core mechs.
the next time I get paid, I'm gonna buy Armored Core.
And we can get the. There is the mod that lets you. Is it the mod? Do you need a mod? I think you need a mod to play that together, but. Yeah, that's the fucking Armored Core is the shit, dude.
But like what I'm trying to say is I'm so locked into playing like Souls-like games right now,
Yeah.
and I thought
Yeah.
Souls-like games were so stupid. But now that I actually like experienced Elden Ring, not gonna lie, I set all of my wallpapers to Elden Ring. Uh, bought a bought a phone case that reminds me of Elden Ring, and bought a hoodie that is Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring was a good game. Elden Ring was fun. Souls
It
like
was a
games like
very
that
fun
too.
game.
That game is fun too because it fucking it's kind of like the way I think people need to be taught in life. Is you just get fucking punished and punished and punished, and then when you finally fucking succeed, you're like, yes,
It's
fuck
literally
you.
that.
It's literally that.
It's just every
It's
time you lose is a little more dopamine that goes in a bottle, and when you finally finish that boss, that's how much dopamine you get back.
yeah, it just gets fucking drip. It just gets poured right on your. It just
And
feels
it's like an
so good.
addiction. It's just like an addiction.
Yeah, dude, I
You
remember fucking just like when I finally beat what the fuck his name was, Radon, and it was pre. It was when I first played that game. It was pre-patch Radon, which anyone will fucking tell you is crazy. Wow, and you know what? Also, the same thing happened to me in fucking Armored Core with fucking Balteus. Everyone knows if you played Armored Core when it came out, everyone knows the nightmare that was Balteus. So I'm saying his fucking name right. That fucking motherfucker, dude, was the biggest pain in the ass to beat when you first fucking played against him. Dude, I tried like 15 fucking times to beat him before I actually got him. And I got so lucky on that run because I found out how to stun him. Like I stunned him like 2 times in a row right when he was about to transition to his second phase, and I was able to beat him down to like 25% before his second phase even started. When I finally fucking beat him, oh my god, it felt so good. It felt
yeah,
so fucking amazing.
my experience was I I would say slightly tainted with because I was playing with other people, but not by much I don't think because it's still the one that gave me the most trouble was no surprise Melania. That took us 3 people, 10 tries. Still took us 10 tries.
Yeah.
But it is also didn't help because one of our friends who were playing with us was quite goob,
Quite
and
terrible.
that was probably the best feeling one. My favorite boss has to be, after playing Shadow of the Erd Tree and everything, still locked in Rakar. He was so cool. I liked
Rakar.
his I'm saying that right? It was the serpent, the god eater.
Oh, the great serpent, the god eating
Yeah,
serpent.
yeah.
Yeah, that
And
motherfucker.
I
He
liked the
also
fight.
he also took us a couple fucking tries to beat two together, just you and me.
He didn't help.
What do you mean I didn't fucking help, dude?
You
What do you
died
mean?
first, like the
Yeah,
first six
every time
times.
because I'm running a faith build against this dude who's slapping the shit out of me.
No excuse. But it's apparently it was a gimmick fight, which I kind of understand because you can't use your own weapon. I like that weapon. That was a fun weapon to use against him, and it did a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, it was kind of annoying though, because I could imagine if you played like any other class and you had it specifically set up, and then you gotta fucking use this weapon that you're not like spec'd out for, it would fucking be annoying as
I
shit.
guess because at the time I was playing strength at the time.
Yeah, but and I was faith too, so I had to use that thing, and I was like not really spec'd out for it.
You'd have dropped some items, I think, to use it, to even hold it, I think.
Yeah, no, I had to put my shield away,
Hmm.
but it was fucking no, it was a fun fight. His second phase was terrifying.
Yes.
Ugh.
Uh, Also, oh no, I don't know though. It's kind of tight. I just thought about it. Melania and Bale. Bale was rough.
Yeah, Bale
Bale
was rough. Bale was
Bale didn't
rough.
take me too long, like not as long as Melania, but I think it took us
His
maybe 5,
attack pattern was so fucking random.
and it was mainly like AoE attacks.
Yeah, it was fucking
And it
brutal.
always hit you. It was so hard to like nail the dodge counter, the dodge window.
That and fucking I think first console Radon was fucking sweet, but
Yes, he was. Yeah, I think he was one of the cooler ones.
he was cool as shit. We beat him like the first time though. But dude, he vaporized my ass stuff when he fucking went into his comet form. I
He
didn't even
did.
see him, dude. I was like, he went. I like knew what he was doing. I looked up, couldn't
I
see him, and the last thing I saw was a flash of light, and I was vaporized.
I literally watched you get hit by like 4 different projectiles from 4 different
Dude, I
directions.
didn't even have a chance to react. He just
I thought he
vaporized
was
the
just gonna
shit.
come down like usual, and I know that's what they thought. I know that's what they did. So you would think he was just doing his regular, oh, I'm coming down like a meteor, and then he just fires 4 planets at you out of nowhere. Then he comes in.
Oh yeah, dude. It was fucking yeah. The fights in that game are fucking great. There's but yeah, like I can't wait to like actually play Armored Core with you, cause that game.
I know nothing about it. Like I said to you, um, it was a skill issue for me. I couldn't beat the very first intro boss. I'm pretty sure it's
The
just the intro
helicopter,
boss.
the giant
It
helicopter.
that would fire like 90,000 missiles at you,
Yeah,
and
that
I
one
also didn't play any
fucked me up a
Souls-like
couple
games
times
in a
too.
while. Bet now that I have Elden Ring experience, I go into that, I'll do a lot better.
Yeah, it's really fun too because you can also get like a ton of different weapons. Like you're gonna
And I
the
love mech
variety.
games.
Yeah, it is cool. It is a fun game.
I just wish I didn't, refund it.
Yeah, there's a big variety of shit of like ways you can play that. Like you could be a fucking tank if you wanted to, but like, yeah, it's just like you gotta people gotta fucking really spread out what they play. Like that was the same thing with me. Like when I first played Skyrim. Like I had never played Skyrim
Uh,
before, and fucking my buddy was like, "Yo, try this." I was like, "Oh, I'm not really into fantasy games." I played Skyrim that first time. I then immediately bought a copy of Skyrim and played it for like fucking like 3 weeks straight before I gave it a fucking
I don't
even a
care what
break.
anyone says. Skyrim is one of the best games ever created on this face of the earth.
I love Skyrim. Skyrim's fucking sweet, but
I go
also,
back to that game not even really wanting to play it, but we'll play it and then get sucked into it again.
uh huh. That was the thing I hate about one person we both know that we won't fucking mention a name, but like who says like, oh, Skyrim just doesn't take skill. That's why I don't like it. It's like, okay, but it's not the point of the game. It's not to
Still
be,
can't enjoy the environment, the storyline,
yeah, the
the
storytelling and
side
shit.
quests,
It's a fun game. The
the
modded
DLC.
boobies.
What?
What?
Never forget the Undercroft.
Uh, no, but like, it's like there's just some games. It's just like you got people got spread like fucking playing Poppy Playtime. Like that's one of my more popular things on my channel at the moment, and I fucking really enjoy that game. Like I like the lore of that game a lot. Um, and I'm really excited to play the 5th chapter when that finally comes out. But like that is usually something I would never touch. Like I don't play horror games like ever. Like horror,
There's a reason for that.
yeah, because I'm a pussy. When it
Yeah,
comes to horror games, I'm not gonna fucking hide it. It's the truth. When it comes to horror games, it's just not
I
what I do well.
I'm going to say this. Hopefully that it latches on. I want you to do at least one horror game with a face cam on.
I mean, I have my face cam. I have a
Because
good
I
webcam
want
though.
to physically see you shit yourself.
Yeah, but I also don't know what game. See, the thing is like I liked playing Poppy Playtime because the lore was good. Like
That's how I was with the first Five Nights at Freddy. Well, the
like
first.
I was interested in it because like I was like, this is a more of a fresh type of idea. Like the first Freddy Fazbear, like when that came out, that was cool. That game has been fucking murdered, dude. They have like,
Completely.
dude,
And
like 20
I'm one of
games
those,
now.
and I'm one of its like super cringy heavy supporters.
Bro,
But they're gone. They just milk it now.
yeah, I remember the
And,
fucking like screensaver you had on your
and
school computer with that, and I was like, it was like something like it was like Chica was literally like sitting on the lap of the security guy saying
yeah,
like
it was.
and I was sitting there like, Zach, I don't think that's what you think it is. I think
No, I
that's
knew what it was.
I
I
was
was
like,
bricked up even when that was that young.
whoa, 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 whoa! What do you
No,
mean? What do
it was
you
cheap.
mean for the chicken, bro?
It was yeah, but it was different though. It was the
Oh my
second
god,
Freddy
how
Fazbear. It
far
was
are we
Toy
into this?
Chica.
You're lucky this is 122 minutes in, and most people are never gonna see this part because that is the wildest fucking take
I'll
I've
admit it
ever
again,
heard from
dog.
you.
Mike, if you know, you know. They are the most. The Chica is the most.
Zach, I
Is the
would
most.
I what? I'd refrain. I'd refrain from saying the next words.
Well, that's when I was younger and wild.
And wild. Yeah, because you're so composed now.
I am. I'm a different person. Reformed.
You're reformed. The amount of times I've heard the word reformed from you is so wild.
But I am.
Mm. But yeah, it's just like I don't mind trying new things. Like I've tried so many new games in the last couple years that like I actually have just a different appreciation for certain fucking video games. But I just really hope like people will lock the fuck in. Like what's your take? Have you seen any of this footage of the new Battlefield?
Mm, I seen like a TikTok of it.
Yeah, there's a couple that like I'm looking at, I'm interested.
It looks like if I'm remembering correctly, it gave me like actual military again vibes.
Yeah, it's got me in the
More
door to look at
modern,
it.
more modern type.
My thing is
Mm.
I'm keeping my expectations low cuz
Oh yeah,
like the
2042 sucks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't like it at
I,
all. It's just not. It's not what it used to be. Like
after we
Battlefield
just
4.
finish re-downloading it.
We don't talk about that. But after I'm sure I'm not gonna play it long. Depends on who's still playing the game.
Yeah, no. It's things like battle see, that's the fucking thing. You always have people who like will say like, "Oh, you guys are always talking about this game or that game." Like this game is good. Yeah, but it's not on the same level as like something like Battlefield 4, dude. Like I'll never submit to that. That fucking game was crazy good.
You just gotta imagine it like a
I
pedestal
know
system.
people who actually played it back in the day will say like, "Oh, but the net code and this and that, the launch wasn't great." Yeah, but fucking you actually had a game that was fucking fun, dude. Like like you have games like I was saying, like with Anthem. That game had a rough fucking launch, and then it died because they just abandoned it. Battlefield 4 had a rough launch, and then they fixed shit, and the game was fucking crazy good throughout its life cycle. There was a couple times, there was a couple things that happened that we won't fucking go fucking too deep into, but like the game as a whole was crazy good. Like just think about how many guns was in that game. The variety. And I don't even want to hear people talking about like, oh, well, there were so many guns I felt the same. It doesn't matter. It was still a variety of the fucking game. Like, even if fucking 2 or 3, like, certain guns were, like, basically the same fucking weapon, they just look different. It still gave you the option to have that weapon. Like, dude, I think I probably used every gun in that game to, like, a fucking large extent. I think the only gun I didn't use a lot was the MX4 Storm, and that gun was the ugliest piece of shit
Oh,
ever. I
wasn't that
fucking hate that gun.
was that the grenade launcher gun?
No, that was the
What
first
was
SMG you got. You know,
what was
in
the
Siege,
grenade launcher?
grenade launcher gun.
It was like the had a big scope on it, had its own special scope. It was in fucking Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare. Oh, what the fuck was it called?
Oh, you're talking about the XM25, the war crime machine.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the XM25. I know what you're
yeah,
talking
yep,
about. XM25.
XM25.
Yeah, that fucking thing was hilarious.
Especially when you get deep impact.
Dude, yeah, direct impacting someone with that fucking grenade launcher, which by the way is the exact reason why it's a war crime now, and and we don't use it anymore. But
Pelted in the face by a grenade.
yeah, honestly, they're Geneva suggestions. We should have kept it. Anyway, like this, it's so like there was a lot of shit. Like there's the variety in launchers too. Like people fucking sleep on that. Like in what 2042 you can get one recoilless, and I think now you can use the RPG. And there's a fucking like there's one of each type of thing. It's like, oh, you can have a stinger, or you can have a javelin, or you can have an RPG or a recoilless. Okay, in the other one, you had multiple different choices for anti-air. You had fucking you could have the Igla if you wanted something that you held the lock on to, and then fucking had to after it hit then reloaded, or you had the fire and forget stinger, or you could get a fucking Shraw, which was a fucking wire guided one, or you could get the Law, which was a semi-guided rocket launcher that you just shoot at your target, and then if it got close enough, it would self-guide itself in. Or you could have a javelin, or you could have an RPG, or you could have a small. It was like there was fucking a ton of choices for just rocket launchers, for just anti-tank launchers, and then there was the pickups. There was the AT4 launcher, and then the fucking What the fuck was it? The fucking H law or whatever it was. The three or four missile launcher one. You know what I'm talking about.
It's 4, yeah. It was the one that was it was called the Reaper in Call of Duty. Is that
No,
the one you're
I'm not.
talking
No,
about?
I'm not talking about that. It was the lock-on one. I forget what the fuck it was. It fired like either 2 or 3 missiles. It was a lock-on thing. I forget what it was. But anyway, like it was just so many. There was so many choices. There was so much shit you could get. It was crazy. And like I'm pretty sure the Shraw. Yeah, the Shraw. I'm pretty sure it's in 2042 now. But it was like all that shit was in the game day fucking 1. If I remember correctly, all that shit was in the game day 1. And it's just like how many shotguns there was in the game day 1. How many fucking pistols. How many fucking DMRs, sniper rifles, SMG, fucking PDWs. Like there was so many different choices for weapons. Just day 1. And they just added new shit as the DLCs came out. Like no game has done that. Like no game does that shit anymore. And it's just like I love the amount of like even fucking grenades. You remember that Battlefield 4? You had a dozen different grenades you could choose from. You could have a fucking flare if you wanted to. so you could fuck up people who were fucking looking through thermals and shit. Like,
Nothing ever beats killing a man with a blowtorch.
yeah, like if you could fucking kill a dude with a blowtorch or a fucking defib pads.
And then
Like,
shove your nuts in his mouth.
wow. But like grenades, knives. You had fucking a choice of what knife you wanted to use on someone
Yeah.
for assassinations.
I'm literally looking at all of the weapons in Battlefield 4, and I just got to the knives. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 20 knives you can pick from.
Yeah, and like fucking one of them you got for being a colonel, and it was a meme from the community, from fucking Battlefield Friends. It was the fucking C100 bipod knife, and it was a
Oh, that was,
fucking,
yeah.
it was a knife with a bipod on it, and it was a joke from Battlefield Friends. It was like, that was the shit. That was so funny. Like, because as soon as they added that, I was like, yo, that's from Battlefield Friends, because it was a whole part of this ecosystem of this community. Like, you don't fucking really get that shit anymore. There are some communities who do shit like that, but for most part, a lot of fucking these things are just too corporatized anymore. And they don't fucking laugh at shit. That's why I like indie games, like, lately, because indie games have that same feeling as, like, older fucking AAA games. They actually give a shit about the community. I'm just
Yeah.
really worried about the state of,
That's
like, games.
everyone loves Repo.
Repo's wild.
The developers of Repo Semi-Work only have 2 other games on Steam. They are not huge whatsoever. I've never even heard of Semi-Work personally.
But Repo's fucking funny as shit. I love Repo.
Repo is exploding right now.
Yeah. And it's like just, and it's fucking a decent game. It's cheap, and it's just funny. And it's one of those games that you play with friends, and it's just fucking funny. Like, there's just a lot of games right now that just aren't fucking enjoy. Like, I can't believe there are people who can enjoy Call of Duty right now. Because no matter what
Yeah,
you
I
do
don't
on Call of
understand that.
Duty, like, even fucking zombies, people are too competitive on. I literally seen a video of a dude who, like, he queued up in a public zombies match, and one of the guys was literally complaining that the guy wasn't farming the zombies correctly. It's like, dude, it's zombies.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like, you can't even fucking play anything anymore without someone telling you that, oh, you need to do it in the most perfect, like, competitive way. It's like, it's so gross. This is why.
There's apparently a giant shark in Battlefield 4.
Oh yeah, you didn't know about the Megalodon?
No?
Yeah! I love the fucking Megalodon glitch. I did that shit. That was fucking great. There was one, was the Paracel Storm one.
I played the Battlefield 4 campaign when I was younger, but I didn't geese on multiplayer like
There
you
was a
did.
Megalodon on a different... Wasn't it a different map the Megalodon was on? The one map I swear the Megalodon was on that I seen before. You know what? The fucking, like, that one too? Oh, what was it? Hanine Resort? Getting on top of that roof with the sniper rifle and shooting that little light on that boat, and the whole boat would fucking explode. Oh, that was so cool. You remember that?
Kind of.
Dude,
No.
that shit was like, there was so much cool shit you could do. I'm trying to remember. I know I did. I swear I did something with the fucking.
That's one of my
Megalodon.
favorite things to do in Battlefield games, and I know they're a very hated branch of people, is snipers, because people like to call us cowards, but you're just sad that you got outsmarted. That's all it really is. I like to pull myself away from the commotion and then just kind of pick people off as I see fit.
Yeah, see, you and me are are opposites on that, because I love being in the shit. I love to be in the shit when I'm playing Battlefield. I like to be right in the middle of the fight, fucking slinging grenades, fucking blasting people with my fucking scar,
Well,
and then whipping out the shorty and just fucking just blasting 3 dudes in a row. I love
whoa.
that shit. Blasting. I said blasting.
But no, it's a feeling of actually, like, especially in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1, uh lining up your shot, taking it and hitting like a fucking 500-meter shot or like 600-meter shot is like,
Yeah, I remember I fucking the best shot I ever made in Battlefield 1 was on fucking the Italian map, that fortress map, whatever the fuck it was. Not Foa, not the French one, not Foa Fortress, the Italian one. Uh with the fucking one fortress was like was your first point or whatever it was. And then all the way down was that little island with the one little bridge to it. I forget the fuck. I think it was like the F flag or something. Down below that other like little middle fortress in the map. And I hit a dude in the head with a fucking Gewehr 98 with fucking iron sights from like, I think it had to have been like 900 meters away. Such a fucking crazy shot, dude. I lost my shit. I think I still have that on like one of my older phones, on like a saved Xbox clip or some shit like that. But
Dude, the thing that was also really cool about Battlefield 4 was like the one famous map where you can just level a skyscraper.
oh yeah,
Oh,
fucking
was that like a
Siege of Shanghai.
yeah.
Yeah,
That shit was
everyone
fun.
got soaked bad. Everyone got
Being
so
in
bad.
the building, fighting up top, fucking, camping the elevators like usual, trying to keep up top, and then they're like, "All right, you want to play that way? Fuck you." And they just level the entire building and you're flying out of it while it's crashing down.
It was just so good setup too, because if you were fucking fighting up there, you knew the building was going down.
It
Because
was
like the
gonna go
whole
down.
building started to rumble, and you heard all the alarms and shit go off. You're like, all right, it's time to bounce.
You're seeing like those pebbles fall off the roof and shit, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's the sign of destruction happening." The thing I don't like about 2042 is like I don't like the special characters. Like they all have their special
yeah,
quirk.
it's like a hero shooter. I don't
I
like the.
hate that. I like Battlefield 4 because yeah, you have your branch, you have your class if you want to call it that. Uh healer, marksman, heavy, assault, whatever. You're just a regular soldier doing
Yeah,
regular soldier things.
yeah.
You're not like, "Oh, I'm Queen Latifah, and I have a sniper and
What?
a stun grenade, and no one else has the stun grenade. Only I do, because I made it in my little lab." It's like,
Yeah,
oh, cool.
yeah,
So I have to play that character to have that grenade? That's kind of
yeah. That
cringe. And then
works.
the corny lines, dude.
Yeah, that works in certain games, like Siege. Like that works in Siege
Well, that's
because Siege,
sieges.
yeah, Siege is designed around that. And something I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they did that in Battlefield, because it's like you're talking about a game which had like what 120 people, 28 people and 24 people in a server or something. So you're gonna have duplicates of the same character over and over again. That's fucking stupid. Games like that, you need to
Looks
have just
dumb.
individual. You just have to have regular soldiers. Because realistically, when you're trying to do warfare and shit, a lot of people got to get immersed in that battle. And when you're just seeing random fucking grunt after random grunt get slung at you like crazy, and you're just blasting people down with machine guns, I mean, that's fucking in it. You don't want to see fucking Danger Granny running around stimming people like 32 times in
Mm.
a row.
Yeah, while there's four more of them behind her.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's like that shit doesn't work there.
It's so
Any
corny.
any hero fucking shooter type thing, there needs to only be one of that person on the map so they look like an individual human being. Like when you have a whole squad of all the same dude and they all have shields, it's like so weird. It just takes you out of it. People like really don't appreciate the power of immersion in a video game anymore. Like getting immersed into a video game, into the story, into like the gameplay and shit is serious, dude. That's what really makes you remember a fucking game. But a lot of that gets lost, and I hope as a community we can kind of fucking steer the like industry back that way. I really hope that's something we can actually pull off without it just becoming too much of a we need to make our shareholders happy type situation. But it's gonna take work from everyone to just stop buying dog shit. But yeah, I think that's a good point to end it.
Dog shit.
Dog shit. But yeah, guys. I mean that's fucking episode 2. Fucking all the sauce. It kind of branched away from the main topic a little
Many
bit, but that's
many
cool.
topics were talked
Many
about today.
topics were talked about. Yeah, but I mean that's cool. Fuck it. But hope you guys enjoyed what we talked about. Like and subscribe. Peace.